Magandang hapon, classmates. Ako nga pala ang inyong presenter. Ako nga pala si Engineer Ray Anthony A. Pardillo, LPT, at currently taking Master of Arts in Mathematics. So, ang i-discuss ko ay tungkol sa Becoming a Teacher, PD 1006. Pero bago tayo magsimula, iyuko natin ang ating mga ulo at tayo manalangin. Sa ngalan ng Diyos, ang pinakapagpala, ang pinakawawain. Ang lahat ng papuri ay sa iyo, Diyos, Panginoon ng sandaigdigan. Ang pinakamapagpala, ang pinakamaawain, ang hari sa araw ng paghuhukom. Ikaw lamang po ang aming sinasamba at ikaw lamang po ang hinihinga namin ng tulong. Patnubayan mo po kami sa wastong landas. Ang landas ng iyong pinagpala at hindi sa landas ng mga hindi nagsisunod sa patnubay. Amin. So, let's proceed, no? So, today I will be discussing professional teacher, no? Objectives. The learner should identify the importance of PD 1006. The learner should be able to encourage others to appreciate PD 1006. And at the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to value the importance of PD 1006 in our daily lives as professional teacher. So nakita natin yung mga picture, merong certificate, nag-level up na, di ba? Nag-level up na yung teaching, no? Tapos ito, binibigyan ng certificate yung teacher na naging professionalized na siya. So, sa slide 2, ito yung school, di ba? Sa gitna yung school, di ba? So, tinatawag mo na siyang school, valid school ng ating bansa kung ito ay under the state at under the supervision of the Department of Education and Culture. Yung pa yung dating DepEd. So, ano ba yung goals? Una muna, sumunod tayo sa Constitution, maging mabuting citizens tayo, no? So, pangalawa, maging moral tayo, maging moral yung mga estudyante natin, maging malapit sila sa Diyos, at maging mabait sila sa kanilang mga kapwa. So, yung pangatlong picture, maging patriot, no? Yung pagmalaki natin yung bansa natin, huwag nating kahiya pag nakita natin yung bandila ng Pilipinas, ay agad tayong tumindig at ilagay sa ang kanang kamay sa kaliwang dibdib at awitin ang lupang hinirang. And then the fourth picture is maging disiplinado, no? Didisiplinahin natin yung mga student. And then yung huli, yung maging advanced sa technology and science and vocational. Yun pala yung goals ng ating schools, no? Bakit nga ba na-delayed yung pagiging professional ng teacher? Ano ba yung nauna, no? Ano ba yung mga unang professional, no, na dinescribe? Nung nirelease yung PD 223 Section 6 at nakalista doon yung mga professional, no? Ang mga professional ay industrial, mechanical, electrical, or chemical plant works, hospitals, clinic, or other engineering works, no? So, plant works, hospital, clinic, and engineering. So, wala talagang school. Ba't kaya nila dinelay, no? So, napansin kasi ng gobyerno na wala kasing limit dahil sa pagti-teacher eh. Pagka naka-graduate ka, okay ka na, graduate ka na, di ba? So, pwede ka na magturo. So, ang nangyayari kasi, maraming factors, pwedeng mababa yung sweldo. So, yung ibang teacher, sikat sa pagbebenta ng mga turon yan, yung mga merienda, ganyan. So, hindi sila masyado nakapag-focus, no? So, isa yun sa mga factors. At, ayun, dahil nga nakita ng gobyerno na hindi masyadong maganda yung quality ng education sa atin, ng mga estudyante, hindi masyadong magagaling. So, nagkaroon si President Marcos ng decree na PD 1006. So, na-establish to noong September 22, 1976. So, yun yung rason, no? Kung bakit natayo itong PD1006 na to, no? Tinayo siya in-establish siya ni President Ferdinand Marcos. At sinabi niya na ang education dapat ang most priority, no? Most priority. Yan, kaya may nakalagay dyan na nilagay ng pera, di ba? Pinondohan yan. And then, to implement this law, kailangan niya ng board. Yung board, ano yan, member yan. Ano yung composition yan? 5 tao yan. Secretary of Education and Culture, yun yung isa. Then, chairman ng Civil Service Commission. And then, Commissioner Professional Regulations Commission. Tapos yung dalawa yung appointed ng President na galing sa private sectors. No? Ano ba yung powers nila? So, appoint examiner. Sila yung namimili kung sino magpapa-exam. At sinesweldohan nila yon ng kaukulang bayad, no? Sila rin yung yung board nagsasabi ng place and date of examination. So, sila din yung nagche-check ng condition, ng factors, ng status ng teaching profession, kung ano ba yung mga kailangan i-update, ganyan. No? Kasi, nagche-change eh. At, hindi naman porket yung teaching nun is ganon, sa future, parehas. Nag-update yan. May mga bago yan. Kagaya natin, 21st century na tayo. Diba? Ibang-iba na tayo sa dati, diba? So, kino-consider ng board yon kung ilalagay nila sa exam yon. Yung mga outdated, tanggalin na. And then, revoke, kukuhanin, issue, magbibigay, suspend, tatanggalin, tapos i-replace, papalitan yung mga certificate. At sila rin yung may power mangolek ng fee. So, ano ba yung mga requirements, no? At para makapagkuha ka ng PBET. 5 years of teaching in schools under the supervision of the state. So, dapat supervision of state. Hindi ka pwede yung sa foreign. O kaya alam niyo yung mga school ng mga NPA sa bundok. Iba yung tinuturo nila. Iba yung hero nila. Iba yung national hero nila. So, hindi yun counted, no? Good moral character. Yan, syempre, di ba? Freedom from physical and mental defect. Ngayon, pagka sinabi mong PWD, magagalit yun. Bakit siya hindi? Dati, talagang tahasan sinasabi. Dapat freedom from physical and mental defect. No? For elementary or kinder, kailangan ng Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education. For secondary, kailangan ng Bachelor Degree in Education or Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science plus 18 units ng professional education. Parang ako, unit earner ako eh. So, for vocational courses, kailangan niya ng Bachelor Degree in Specialization at 18 units din ng professional education. Diniscuss din dito kung magkano ibabayad sa examiner, 5 pesos per examinee. Pero hindi mag-exceed ng 18,000. Tapos yung pangalan ng examiner, hindi yan pwedeng ibunyag hangga't hindi nagkakaroon ng result, no? Kumbaga confidential siya. Yung batas na yon at yung mga nakakuha ng certificate ay magiging applicable na to sa mga teacher under Magna Carta. Kunwari, under Magna Carta ka, kailangan mo ring mag-ano dito sa law na to. Sumunod ka, di ba? Kumuha ka ng exam. Gaano nga ba, ano ba yung passing rate? Ay 70. Pero dapat walang bababa ng 50. Bawal kang maging 49 sa Prof Ed o kaya sa major mo o kaya sa Gen Ed bawal 40 pababa, no? Isa pa sa mahalagang batas na nagustuhan ko dito ay ang reciprocity. Yan, scratch my back, I will scratch your back. Yun yung nasa picture, di ba? Ano ba ibig sabihin yan? Kunwari, foreigner ka, gusto mong magtrabaho dito sa Pilipinas bilang teacher, dapat may kondisyon yan. Dapat yung requirements nyo sa lugar nyo para maging teacher ka ay halos parehas dito. At pangalawa, ito yung maganda. Kung gusto mong mag-teacher sa Pilipinas, dapat sa bansa niyo meron ding Filipino teacher na hindi mas mababa yung sahod or hindi siya mas iba yung trato kasi Pilipino siya, ibang lahi siya. Hindi gano'n, dapat kung ano yung privilege niya, yun din yung privilege ng ibang teacher dun na lokal 'no. So, scratch my back, scratch your back, 'di ba? So, ano ba yung penal provision? Ito yung mga bagay na hindi mo puwedeng gawin. Makukulong ka ng 6 months to 2 years, tapos may kaukulang bayad ng 1,000 to 5,000. Ang presyo niyan ngayon ay 32,000 to 160,000 ayon sa calculator ng inflation 'no. So, ano ba yung mga bawal gawin 'no? So, teaching without certificate, bawal pala yun. So, using other certificate as his or her own. Angkin mo yung certificate din ng iba 'no, bawal yon. So, giving false or forged evidence in order to obtain professional teaching certificate. Pepekey mo yung papel mo para makapag-exam ka, so bawal. So, any person assuming himself as registered professional teacher, so bawal mag-assume. Bawal mong i-assume yung sarili mo na professional teacher ka 'no. Makukulong ka na nagmamalaki ka, teacher ka, hindi ka naman pala pasado, bawal 'yan nun 'no. This law is effective on January 1, 1977. Yun, yun pala yun 'no. So, assessment question, why do you think the professionalization of teacher is delayed compared to other profession? So, what do you think are the reasons why the government released this law of professionalizing teacher? So, profession do teaching profession deserve to be professionalized and why? No? Deserve ba natin na ma-professionalize? So, now let us watch the supplementary video.
That's what you're gonna ask her too?
That's a hard question.
A world without teachers.
What would the world be like without teachers?
Chaos.
Sad. Because I won't learn anything.
The younger generation wouldn't have anyone to look up to learn from.
Walk around ignorant.
I mean, we could keep the teachers, but just no homework. That'd be pretty cool.
Everybody would be going cuckoo and we wouldn't know anything.
I think that is the scariest thought that anyone could ever have.
I think it will be craziness just because I feel like teachers are, besides our parents, the first people we meet who like shape who we become.
I haven't always been like the best student throughout my whole life.
I was always in trouble.
I had suffered 3 Fs, and I realized like, oh, whoa, I need to fix that, you know?
4th grade was over. I'm here 5th grade, we graduate, 6th grade. Hey, Miss Gonzalez, how you doing? And then she's like, oh yeah, I heard these are your grades. What's going on in that science class? Like, she was like totally just keeping up. And I just felt like, whoa, like something's different about that.
Gave me the time of day mostly. It was very he was very engaged in stuff that I was doing. Even though I was in detention, I was still learning.
And she was the one teacher who really saw a lot in me to make me feel like I wasn't the kid that other teachers were saying.
And there was a point where I said, okay, I'm gonna fail my French class because I haven't been there. So I haven't done any homework. I'm just gonna drop out before I fail. And then she specifically came to me and said, no, I'm gonna work out a deal with you so that if you stay, you won't fail.
When you didn't do good at school, she would chew you out, but she would always give you a chance to make it up. You know what I mean? She would never put you low standard and just leave you there. You know, and that's one thing I like about teachers. You know, they won't leave you behind.
You know, and when I got accepted into colleges, the first thing I thought is like, I better go. And I better go and tell her. I'm gonna be like, guess what? I got into Penn State, I got into a UC, I got into all these colleges.
Actually inspired me to pursue political science.
She's basically the one that taught me to just keep trying.
I can accomplish more than I probably think I can. I felt it, like she didn't have to do that, but it made the difference.
You see, I'm getting emotional. Cause like, she's great, you know? Give me a minute. wouldn't be here without her, you know? And I'd like to thank her so much for that. Thanks, Ms. Richter, you know? Hope you see this, and I hope you know that you mean a lot to me, you know, you're really important. And yeah.
What was your teacher's name again?
Mr. Marable.
It's Mr. Elmore.
Shout out Mr. Benedum.
Miss Harris.
Her name was Casey Crocker.
She just exhibited like such a raw passion for teaching. It made me want to teach. Like, I want to do that for people. Like, that's a beautiful thing. So yeah.